Hey everyone, we're back. And definitely it's later in the day. It's definitely Saturday the 25th. That's when we record these things. It's like right before you watched it, right?
Of course, it's definitely Saturday the 25th.
Thank you for lying for me, Rose. I really appreciate you. Anyway, thanks for coming to SAHCon. This, as we said before, is our last SAHCon we're ever going to do, so it means a lot to us that you've come out. Organizing these things is a lot of work. It takes a bunch of people, a lot of time, and it's all volunteer labor, so I kind of wanted to take a minute to thank everyone for what they've done over the years. We got a list of people here, which is definitely incomplete because even though I'm definitely recording this after the con, don't have the current list of all of the mods. So, I'm going to kind of hand wave some of this. But yeah, so first of all, I want to thank the mods. Probably the biggest part of running this con is having good moderation. We have always had really good mods. I'd like to thank a few of them. We have Eben, we have Anna, Ender, Leo, possibly other people. And of course, I'm one of the mods too. And a couple of the other people that I'll be thanking later for other things. Yes, Rose? Yeah, so really, really important to help keep things running smoothly and watching all the chats, which can get kind of daunting. I want to thank Stacy for DJing every single year that we've done this. She is a really cool person who I've had the pleasure of becoming friends with over the years. I got to meet her in person at Promstock where she did a set, and I really appreciate all the work she puts into the DJing, and I'm super impressed by all of it. That's one of those areas of artistry that just is kind of like magic to me, and it's very cool that she does that.
And you were right, they were sicker fires than Dave's.
Thank you, Rose. That combination of appreciation for our DJ and shade at your brother is very much appreciated.
What kind of sister would I be if I wasn't shading at my brother constantly?
Next, I want to thank Miki. Miki is one of the mods and also one of the staff, and they have consistently helped with the artist alley over the years. That is one of the bigger pieces of work in terms of processing and organizing things, is going through the large number of submissions we get every year and picking out artists is never a particularly easy thing to do. And as the con got bigger and we got more artists, it only got harder. So I really appreciate that. I want to thank Jojo Funk McLovin. We didn't do a SAHCon album this year, but she has helped with the SAHCon albums in previous years. And again, this is something that takes a tremendous amount of work, and I cannot stress enough how much I appreciate that. There's so many different pieces of this that are volunteer labor, and no one can do this by themselves. Jojo has always been really solid. She's been one of the mods as well for a long time. And yeah, the albums have always been really cool. I'm sorry we couldn't do one this year. It just didn't work out in terms of scheduling. But all of the albums are available from the past, I think, on our Bandcamp. I want to say Bandcamp. That sounds right. And we have the listening parties from the previous albums on the website, or on the YouTube channel as well. So you can listen to those whenever you want.
Everything for the past several years has been archived.
Yeah, we've tried to archive as much as we can. Stuff that we put out is all on the YouTube channel, which is not going anywhere. We're going to keep everything in an archival state, with the exception of the SAHCon domain, which we kind of lost the registration for, and it's now a scam casino website. So,
have you tried gambling on it?
I have not tried gambling on it, Rose. I don't think that. I wouldn't recommend that personally.
How do you know it's a scam then?
Okay, yes. I think Rose is going to lose some money after this.
I've already lost plenty of money today. I've been spending it at the artist alley all day long.
Okay, cool. Well, at least you won't have any more money to spend on a scam gambling site. Allegedly.
I hope you've all been spending money.
So yeah, the NeoCities website is the current active website. Speaking of that, I want to thank Flair, who has done the NeoCities website pretty much the whole time we've had it. Has been a huge help, and does a shitload of work. Also really came in clutch this year in terms of getting a new banner and logo and stuff at very short notice. So thank you, Flair, for making sure that our website didn't still say 2024 on it. Next, I want to thank the VR chat team. This one I do have a comprehensive list of because it's been the same 5 people for for pretty much since the beginning. I want to thank Fluber, Jerome, Hoover, Moki, and Rose. Those are our like VR chat devs / mods. Just really a ton of work that goes into that. I've seen what they're doing like behind the scenes. I have basically no input into that because they're all so good at that and I can't add anything. So I just like sit there nodding and thoughtfully and saying how good it looks because it's incredible. They've put together, I think, new VR chat worlds for every single con we've done since we started doing VR chat, which is kind of insane to think about.
That is incredibly impressive.
So yeah, really want to thank the VR chat team. That's a huge amount of effort, and like it's such a cool thing to have. Also, those VR chat worlds are not going anywhere. You can still explore them. You can make public instances of them. I don't know what's going to happen to the moderated group. I believe it's going to continue to exist, and it's going to be basically associated with other online events. I can't say this 100%, but it's my understanding that the VR chat folks and the Promstuck folks are going to coordinate on some kind of like online gathering or something like that. So,
well, that's exciting.
Yeah, I guess keep an eye out for that. If we have more details, I will post them in the SAHCon Discord. We're not getting rid of the Discord server. We're just going to make it so no one can talk in the Discord server, but I might still use it for announcements, at least for a little while. And I guess last, in terms of people that I actually want to thank specifically, I want to thank Crow. Crow has not been super involved with this year's planning, but Crow is the person who came up with this idea. He has been my friend for a long time now. We first met in sometime in 2020, and my first SAHCon was in 2020, and I kind of rapidly got dragged in as staff, and then, helped started doing stuff with the organization and became the other director for SAHCon in 2020. I really appreciate what Crow did with this. Like this SAHCon has been a really cool thing for people. It's meant a lot to me as far as like getting to provide something to a community that means a lot to me. And while I've moved away from Homestuck and Stuck at Home Con and all that stuff, I still really appreciate the fandom, and I really appreciate like what it has created. And I think SAHCon in many ways kind of embodied that. It was a place for people to get together and, share their love for something that brought them together. So, I really appreciate what Crow has done. And again, Crow's been my friend for a long time. So I want to thank him specifically for creating this whole thing and, doing all the initial organization. And even though we're not going to be doing this anymore, the history there and all of the things that it entails aren't going to just like vanish from our minds. So, and last but not least, and everyone has to say this because it's legally required. They'll actually like come to our houses and arrest us if we don't say this. I want to thank you, the viewers / attendees. Thank you for that wave. A very nice, like, princess wave. Let's do a princess wave, folks. Thank you. Excellent. Very good.
This con was brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you.
Yes, we're like PBS.
Exactly. We're exactly like PBS, complete with the Muppets.
We're exactly like PBS in that we have Muppets and are not funded by the U.S. government anymore.
Was the government funding you before?
Don't worry about it.
Were you taking money from the Condis?
Don't worry about it. So yeah, like the fact that you've come in some cases possibly every year from the beginning. Some of you have been coming here for longer than I have, and it means a lot that people take time out of their schedule to come hang out with us and see all the panels and experience things and buy stuff from the artist alley. So yeah, that really means a lot. And I've gotten to know people working on stuff for SAHCon that have become really good friends of mine. I got to know the woman that is now my wife working on a SAHCon project.
Hi!
My wife, who is currently voicing Rose Lalonde.
Voicing? What do you mean voicing?
Oh, I'm gonna make you have an existential crisis, aren't I? Don't worry about it. Forget I said any of that. Yes, that's a dead-eyed stare that I like to see. Stare forgetful. Why are you vibrating? So yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming out and hanging out and participating in SAHCon every year. I talked about this. I presumably talked about this during my panel, which has already happened.
Yes, it has definitely already happened.
Exactly.
I watched it. It was fascinating.
Yes, we're clearly under artificial light here. There's no daylight, therefore we could be recording this at any time. But one of the things that I've always appreciated about SAHCon is like how chill, for the most part, everyone is in the con. Like, yeah, there's been people that are like dicks that we've had to ban, but like, for the most part, people are pretty chill, which is incredible considering we get like 2,000 or 3,000 people. So, you know, I really genuinely appreciate that. You make our job as moderators and con runners easier. I guess that's it. This is the end of the last SAHCon, and I just want to say, like, I know there's going to be other things in this fandom. You know, I'm not going to be a part of them, except maybe as, like, I don't know, just hanging out with people that are my friends. But, you know, I know there's a lot of people in this fandom that, you know, make a lot of really cool stuff and run a lot of really cool stuff. And I would encourage you to check out what they're doing. There's always going to be people in the fandom that want to make things like this happen, and you can help them out by, you know, going to their events, or like helping run stuff, or creating things, or doing art.
Don't forget, you're here forever.
Oh, that's a horrifying thing to say. You're not here forever, but you are here for as long as you want to be, and I think that means something. Like I said before, everything is going to be kept in like an archival format, so you'll be able to check out past SAHCon videos, live streams. We try to archive as many of the panels as we can. I can't guarantee that all of them will stay up because some of them are hosted off-site, but everything that we've done at least is going to remain there, and everything we've uploaded to our YouTube. We're going to keep the website around. I believe that Flair made like a kind of a page of like all of the swag that we've made over the years, like the badges and everything, so you can look at that.
Do we have one of those for this year?
Yes, we actually do have a badge. Again, Flair came in clutch, very awesome at the last minute, got a badge, got a banner, and rethemed the website like in a day. So very much appreciate that. We do have a badge for this year. We've got some other stuff that I might put on the website at some point, like the I moderated SAHCon 2021. Yes, the panels will be archived sticker that I made at one point. So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff on the website, a lot of history there, and again, I appreciate everyone for being a part of this final SAHCon. I guess that's it. Good night. We're going to keep the server around, but we're going to close down the chats, so you could still like look at stuff, but you're not going to be able to talk anymore. So yeah, thanks once again for coming. I hope that everyone has a good night. I hope everyone has an awesome rest of your weekend. And remember,
SAHCon D's nuts.
All right.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Muppeteers was fucking jacked.
Oh, probably.